Alright, so I've seen a lot of videos on this. My wife's Jeep had the issue of it only blew air out the defrost. It only blew the AC air out the defrost. There is a lot of different issues that could play into why this is happening. This is run off of an old system. I haven't actually seen this personally myself, but the selector for the different vents is run off of vacuum. So the most common causes are normally vacuum leaks. So there's a vacuum nipple right down here, if you can see that, right about there, that comes up, comes to right here. There's also a check valve in there, runs all the way across, comes over here and tees off. Right there's a T, tees off and goes into the cab of the vehicle. It also comes back down through here. There's the vacuum line. It's best to check these when the vehicle is not hot, like my wife says right now. But it comes down here, goes under the battery, and behind this headlight is also what I believe is like the cruise control unit, because it's also run off of vacuum. And then there's another line that comes off of the cruise control and goes into here, which under this bumper is actually a vacuum canister, which holds vacuum. So I was chasing it around for a while, and I noticed that I could not blow through my vacuum lines at all. So I decided to take the easy route after checking that all the vacuum lines were not leaking, and come into here. Ooh, that's hot. That's hotter than hell. Come into here and just go straight for the selector switch to see if the maybe the lines were messed up, if there was a cut in the line, if it was pinched off. And I found that the person that did this before me, yeah, this is broken, messed up putting this back in and pinched off the lines. Usually you can, if this wasn't broken, there's clips here, here, and at the bottom that you can gently pull back on. And then also you have to come up here, and there's a clip here, 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 and here, and gently pry on that, and it'll come out. And then you'll be able to see the 4 screws that hold this HVAC unit in place. Now, my vacuum lines right here, your black line is your feed, and then all these other lines right here are different modes and selections. My vacuum lines were actually pinched off when the person before me had, I guess, done the radio and a jank sub wiring harness job and pinched off the lines. Now, I've been chasing this around for a little while, and I should have done this a long time beforehand, and I really should have, because my wife's been complaining about AC for probably about a month now, and I've been kind of working on it on the weekends. I need to fix this. But it is a good place to start, is just come and check these vacuum lines to see if any of them are pinched off or cut. Most common causes that I've seen are that little nipple right there comes undone and causes a vacuum leak. Most of the time when that happens, you usually have an issue with cruise control. So if you have an issue combining cruise control and the defrost only comes out of the vents, then you're probably having a vacuum leak because they're on the same vacuum line, on the same vacuum system. Okay, so another thing I wanted to touch base on is if you're here and you do this and you fix your AC, but you notice is that it's not blowing as cold, like my wife says, it's not blowing as cold as it should. Do not go to the parts store or Walmart to buy those cheap AC cans of refrigerant, because if you do, you have a high possibility of damaging your AC compressor. There is a proper charge on your vehicle. It's usually on the hood, or on some GMs it's usually on like the bezel cover over here. You have to have a proper charge in your AC system for it to work properly. If it's undercharged, it can actually cool a lot better, but it'll start damaging the compressor. If it's overcharged, it'll start damaging the compressor and you won't get your AC. It is a little bit more expensive. My buddy just did it in his minivan, which cost him about $200, but it'll definitely lengthen the life of your AC compressor, because not only do they recharge your system, but they'll pull all the old stuff out, they'll pull the old oil out, and they will put new oil in there, and it'll greatly lengthen the life of your AC compressor and your AC components. Because if you do it with the AC can, you could become undercharged or overcharged, and that will definitely shorten the life of your AC compressor. And AC compressor jobs, when I was a technician for 5 years. When I was a technician, the average AC job cost anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500. So $200 to lengthen your AC compressor, or $20 and you have a high possibility of damaging your AC compressor. I definitely recommend, just paying $200. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna have to do it on my wife's Jeep because her AC is really not cold. My SUV, to kind of put in perspective, this vehicle is a 99, and I've only done my compressor recharges, my AC recharges, with full service shops, professional shops. I did it at my shop for once every year, just to kind of refresh the oil in it. That is the original AC compressor in that vehicle. This one, I believe, is also the original AC compressor, so it has been taken care of somewhat. So I hope this video was really helpful. If anybody comes across something that could help someone else out, mention it in the comments. If you have any little tips, maybe so I can learn how to work on this Jeep, because I don't really work on Jeeps that much. I used to mainly work on like Fords and Hondas and everything. Oh, my taillight's popping out. That's nice. So please leave a comment. If you liked the video and it helped you out, please give it a thumbs up. And I might start doing these more little tech tips. And yeah, have a great one.